Hello everyone, and welcome to today's Deliverance and Reign video. Today we're going to be looking at the level up bonuses for the beasts. As always, you start off at level 1, and after 1 or 2 games you get to level 2 where you get to choose an upgrade path for Cerberus. So let's have a look at this upgrade path. At the start you can either choose to have Cerberus deal 2 damage to any enemy minion that is dragged, knocked or pinned, or you could have multi-strike with pack plus 1 attack. I personally prefer the left option because it has good synergy with your starting cards. Let's look at all the different upgrade paths you can go for Cerberus. You can either max out that damage and go for 2, 4, then 7 on the dragged, knocked or pinned, or you can look to maximize the multi-strike pack option where he gets quite a lot of health and does quite a lot of damage. You can mix and match and have a bit of multi-strike and a bit of pack damage. I personally prefer to just max out either multi-strike or to max out the damage from the knocking, dragging or pinning. At level 3 you unlock 3 new cards, the Werewolf, Burrowed Spider and Vicious Claws. The Werewolf is an epic minion that costs 2 mana to play it. It has 10 health and 25 damage with multi-strike 2. It has Frenzy, drag forward the back enemy minion, which means every time it hits, it will then drag back the forward enemy minion. So it's really good at bringing things forward and hitting them, because the things at the back tend to be weaker. If you see it, I recommend picking it up. Next up we have Burrowed Spider, which is a 1 mana, 1 slot 8/8, which is whenever a minion is dragged or knocked anywhere, pin it. You can slot this on the top lane and just do a bit of bonus damage with Cerberus, who will deal bonus damage to anyone who is pinned. Vicious Claws is an epic spell that costs 1 mana, which will give a minion multi-strike 1 for each friendly minion. This is an incredibly powerful card, and when you use it, if you only have 1 minion, it will give you multi-strike 1, meaning that you will do 2 attacks. But for every additional minion you have on that level, it will give more multi-strike. It does exile, but if you have more than one of these spells, then you can stack it, so the multi-strikes will stack additively. At level 4 you unlock some new minion and spell upgrades, but we'll skip past that. At level 5 you unlock 3 new cards, Nightmare Beast, Monstrous Rat and Call the Pack. First of all, Nightmare Beast is another epic minion, really massive, really expensive, but if you can upgrade it, it will just sit on your floor and be a fantastic tank. I personally love this minion and I will always pick it up and duplicate it if I ever get the opportunity. Next up you have Monstrous Rat, which Warcry, drag back the front enemy minion, and Death Wish knock down the front enemy minion. It only has 1 slot, it's quite cheap, and I think it just fits into most hands really. The dragging is useful if you have Cerberus that does damage to the people that you drag, but there's no downside to this minion. It is epic, so you may not find it very often. And finally, Call the Pack, which will summon a random beast anywhere for each enemy minion that has died this turn. So that will be any enemy minion that you manage to kill before you click end turn. If you have killed no enemy minions, then no allied minions will spawn. And so it doesn't matter which floor you cast this in, it will attempt to spawn at the very least, a beast. So in this example, I didn't kill any minions and it doesn't spawn any minions as a result. In this next example, I use Burrow Trap to kill that mob, and then as I cast it, it spawns a young wolf in the bot lane for me. It's quite a situational card. I don't like the idea of just spawning random beasts, but it can be quite useful if you build your deck around it. And finally, at level 6, you unlock a new mystery event. As with all other mystery events, once you unlock it on the beasts, you can find it on all other playable characters. The mystery event, if you are lucky enough to find it, is called Beast Support, and if you choose to accept the stone, you can get a buff that you can put on a mob, which is pack plus 5 attack. It's not the strongest of all the mystery events, but it is useful, and you can always find a use for it. It's much more useful than the vampires one, but I don't think it's the best one. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it informative. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.